For all the latest updates, subscribe to News9.
U.S. President Donald Trump said that he is preparing an executive order that encourages police to adopt the most professional use of force standards while urging the opposite of defunding cops. Trump teased his policy response to the Minnesota police killing of George Floyd during a visit to Texas, saying he wanted people to work together on such issues. President Donald Trump criticized the Federal Reserve over Twitter on Thursday, one day after Federal Chairman Jerome Powell offered a grim outlook on the economy, saying there was a long road ahead. Trump's tweet came as the cases of COVID-19 were resurging in around 20 states in the U.S. North Korea said that they see very little use maintaining a personal relationship between their leader Kim Jong-un and US President Donald Trump if Washington sticks to hostile policies. US policies prove Washington remains a long-term threat to the North Korean and its people, and North Korea will develop more reliable military forces to counter that threat. The top US military officer says he was wrong to have joined President Donald Trump during his controversial walk to a damaged church near the White House. Donald Trump walked to the church and held up a Bible after a peaceful protest at the death of African-American George Floyd was forcibly dispersed. The use of troops to tackle the protests has provoked fierce US debate. Boris Johnson will hold post-Brexit trade talks with EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen via video conference slated to be next week. The UK and EU have said no major progress has been made towards a deal after 4 rounds of talks this year. Both sides are due to decide by the end of June whether the current deadline for negotiating a deal should be extended beyond the end of December. The statue of 17th century slave trader Edward Colston, which was toppled last week by protesters in London, was secretively pulled out of the harbour to a secure location. The statue was vandalised and thrown into a lake. U.K.'s Foreign Secretary Dominic RAAB has urged China to step back from the brink by abandoning plans to impose new security laws on Hong Kong, as he accused Beijing of treating a member of Foreign Office staff in a way amounting to torture. Italy, which was once the epicenter of COVID-19, has been battling the deadly disease for a long time. Even though the country has eased restrictions of the lockdown, they still seem to be struggling in terms of reopening for tourism. As countries reopen and travel begins to resume in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, one small town in Italy is selling homes for just $1. With the hope of attracting more residents and revitalizing its urban areas, it's selling homes for just a little more than $1, calling the mission Operation Beauty, similar to the other towns in Italy with homes on the market for almost nothing. Many of the town's young people have been moving away to search for jobs, causing a trend of depopulation.